Hello viewers of Nltv, I'm Rinki Gogoi and you're watching Nltv News Now. First headlines. Ukraine fight against Russian invasion enters day 4 as Russian forces started moving in towards the Ukrainian capital from all sides. On Sunday morning, 2 large explosions were heard south of Kyiv in Vasilkiv, Juliani airport and another one at an oil depot. Chief Minister Nltv Rio and Professor Jagdish Mukhi expresses grief over the demise of former Minister Dr. Kakheto Jimomi. The governor on his condolence message wrote that Jimomi was the first Naga radiologist and served the people of Nagaland in various capacities. The first Northeast India Job Fair is all slated to be held on March 1 and 2 at Emporium Skills Training Institute, Vicky Colony and IMC Hall, Dimapur. Notably, the job fair would be conducted by recruitment team of Carnival Support Services India Private Limited. Around 240 students who were stranded in Ukraine reaches the Indira Gandhi International Airport through another special flight on Sunday. The state governments have also set up help desks and free bus services for the students who have come back from Ukraine. Let's see more of the news in details. Ukraine fight against Russian invasion entered day 4 as Russian forces started moving in towards the Ukrainian capital from all sides. On Sunday morning, 2 large explosions were heard south of Kyiv in Vasilkiv, Juliani airport and another one at an oil depot. Nearly 200 civilians in Ukraine have died and more than 150,000 civilians have fled to neighboring countries including Poland, Moldova. Russian Ministry of Defense said that their troops have been ordered to resume their offensive in all directions. On the other hand, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky told citizens to defend the nation as he himself refused to leave Kyiv.
Укропы! Это вам за сегодняшний автобус, за всех мирных! Внимание всем!
Hundreds of stranded Indian students have been successfully evacuated from war-zone Ukraine by the Indian embassy amid Russian invasion efforts in the country. According to the sources, the students were evacuated to Romania amid high security in a bus with an Indian flag outside the vehicle and a banner reading Indian students. The first Air India's evacuation flight departed from Romanian capital Bucharest on Saturday afternoon from Mumbai with 219 Indian nationals. Earlier, the Air India plane from Mumbai landed in the Romanian capital Bucharest on Saturday morning to evacuate the stranded Indians. Meanwhile, Indian nationals who reached the Ukraine-Romania border by road have also been taken to Bucharest by the Indian government officials so that they can be evacuated in their Air India flight. It is to be mentioned that Air India 1943, which is being operated on Boeing 787 aircraft, can carry 256 passengers at a time and that it will operate more flights on Saturday to Bucharest and Hungarian capital Budapest to evacuate Indians stranded in Ukraine.
और जैसे ही हमें पता चला कि कीव पे अटैक हो गया है, नेक्स्ट डे ही हमें पहली सुबह ही इवैक्यूएट कर लिया गया थैंक्स टू इंडियन एम्बेसी यूक्रेन में, रोमानिया में और हमारी इंडियन गवर्नमेंट का जिसके थ्रू हम आए हैं उनके कंसल्टेंट का थैंक यू।
He knows the current situation in Ukraine, we and our parents were very scared about our safety in Ukraine. The Indian Embassy in Ukraine and the Indian Embassy in Romania have helped us to come to evacuate us from the current situation and to move us back to our homeland India safely. The moment we have arrived in Bucharest, the Indian Embassy of Romania is with us from that point till now.
Around 240 students who were stranded in Ukraine have reached the Indira Gandhi National Airport through another special flight on Sunday. Notably, the state governments have also set up help desks and free bus services for the students who have come back from Ukraine. Meanwhile, the Indian Embassy on Ukraine on Friday said it is working to establish evacuation routes from Romania and Hungary. The embassy said that at present teams are getting in place at the following checkpoints: Chop-Zahoni, Hungarian border near Uzhhorod, Porun-Siret, Romanian border near Chernivtsi. The Indian Embassy in Ukraine earlier issued an advisory for the Indian students stranded in the region. The advisory stated that the Indian nationals, especially students living closest to border checkpoints, are advised to depart first in an organized manner. The students are, as well as others, have been advised to print out the Indian flag and paste it on their vehicles in a prominent manner while traveling to the border checkpoints. Chief Minister Nltv and Professor Jagdish Mukhi on Saturday expressed grief over the demise of former Minister Dr. Kakheto Jimomi. The governor on his condolence message wrote that Jimomi was the first Naga radiologist and served the people of Nagaland in various capacities in public life, including as of Minister of Government of Nagaland, Member of Political Affairs Committee, President of Western Sumi, Hoho. He further wrote that his relentless and selfless services towards the people of Nagaland in general and Western Sumis in particular will be remembered for years to come. While on the other hand, CM Rio wrote that Dr. Kakheto was a dear friend and a colleague. Rio further mentioned that Kakheto served the government during the Congress ministry from 1993 to 1998 and also represented Ghaspani 1 and 2 assembly constituencies. The Committee of Subordinate Legislation, Nagaland Legislative Assembly has convened a meeting of the committee on 3rd March 2022. Notably, the meeting will be held in the committee room of the Assembly Secretariat at 11 a.m. Furthermore, the notification mentioned that the members of the committee have been requested to attend the meeting positively. Pulse polio immunization drive is underway all over India, upon which the government of Nagaland has also taken the initiative and has set up booths in all the districts of Nagaland. It is to be mentioned that many booths have also been set up in primary health centers and in different junctions and points in and around Dimapur. Notably, the Pulse Polio program was initiated in India after a global resolution to eradicate polio was established in the year 1988. As of May 25, 2012, no cases of polio have been reported in the country. The last known case of polio was reported from West Bengal on January 13, 2011. With a continuous and robust plan of action against polio, the World Health Organization removed India from the list of countries with active endemic polio virus transmission on February 24, 2012.
See, basically this polio vaccine though, it has been happening for the last so many years, no? And you are well aware, where apne khan bhi sab jane ase, utu where mahala state, mahala country to the polio to eliminate huikna ase. But we still ichabi utu polio to kunba countries to like Pakistan, Afghanistan, na utu khante to ichabi polio to ja ase utu gone polio nula bo dibule utu exercise to sob manu below 5 years of age to do polio vaccination will bole utu exercise to all over the country ja ase and we are also participating as part of the whole country's activity, no? See, basically we are targeting everyone below 5 years of age, no? So that will constitute at least 13 to 14% of the population. So each and every district have been divided, and plus each and every locality. So depending on that, the district team have worked out. So for whole of Dimapur, there is 513 pulse polio immunization booth to ase, na? Aru urban area to do 236 polio booths ase, no? So through this channel, we would also like to encourage and take this opportunity to ask each.
Begging in Dimapur, Nagaland has become a big racket as it witnesses exponential rise in number of beggars in recent times. Associated with the problems of unemployment, the problem of beggary is a social problem of great magnitude and grave concern for the state. Begging is a problem for society in as much as a large number of beggars means non-utilization of available human resources and drag upon the existing resources of the society. However, on a positive note, the Nagas never resort to begging even when faced with miseries and problems. It was observed that major section of the beggars are hailing from outside of Dimapur. Notably, most beggars are from UP, Bihar and other places who bring medical certificates and go on door-to-door begging. Meanwhile, the crime rate in the district has also visibly increased. Nltv team took a ground report on the beggar issue in Dimapur. Let's have a look.
Itu amian case chuli thaga amian itu case law pote kam kor thaga do itu bikari ham bishi hoija itula ki problem ase itu aji amian ete Holy Cross osorde police point osorde Holy Cross school higher secondary school la police point osorde ete ekta dukan malik ete taibra amian ge ki problem ase itula mila jura case ekta lore itule amian ekta duja khota kolu to sir thank you I have hello itu bikarian la itu mohan icha apni hodi uthai apna itu आगे देखो थे इनसे क्या ऐसे एग्जैक्ट हमें नहीं जाना
है तो कल एक्चुअली बिकारी भी नहीं है सामान खान तो एनी उठा बोले एक ता दुईटा है वो कि बा बोतल खान और पीछे थे सामान खान भी डांगोर साइड ना चोर कोरी ना जाए
तो इधर तो किनिका ताहन तो किनिका है ऐसे और कोते बा है ऐसे और छुटू डांगोर इंगा को ऐसे अपनी तो
ताकन तो थ्रू नाला नाला पर आया है नाला पर आए वो होए इधु इफले नाला आसे इधु साइड से नाला नाला पर आए वो और साइड से घोर तका कांते गुसी जाबो और तखानी इनफॉर्मर আছে তখন ডাঙর ডাঙর সামান সাপ পিছতে উঠাবলে না পারা থামতে ডাঙর মানুখান কি ইনফরমেশন দিব তখন আইগে না এদু চোর করে সামান খান
মানে এদু ছোট ছোট বাচ্চা কোন কোন গে বেক খান মাইনি থাম বেরান দো
হয় হয় এদু ছোট ছোট বাচ্চা খান এদু খালি বোতল উঠাবলে আহে বোতল উঠাই কিনা সব সাইগে না যায় এদু পিছতে তখন ডাঙর খান কে মাটি কিনা চোর করে কিনা যায়
তো আপনাবে হারাই না আছে
হয় মহিলা কা একটা হারাই কিনা আছে এতো ওয়ার্কশপ पर না সামান
तो ताहन तो कोते फने बा गुस्सा से
ये तो धोबिनाला साइड पर नालाते नामी के ना.
Following the ban of Sunday Bazaar in Nagaland, the public visit Delhi Sunday Bazaar in Assam. Meanwhile, the Nltv team visited the Delhi Sunday Bazaar, Assam, to take a ground report. It was observed that most citizens visit Delhi Sunday Bazaar to purchase meat, vegetables and other daily necessities. The public gave their opinion regarding their plight in traveling to Assam simply for buying meat and vegetables. The public commented that Sunday Bazaar should reopen in Nagaland. Let's see what the people has to say.
अच्छा दो साथी इधर संडे बाजार है नागा मानुकान मांसो खिने बोले आहा तो अपने कान किने का लाभ हुआ ऐसे पेशी लाभ हुआ ऐसे ना नागा मानु पेशी खाए ना काउरी मांसो तो किने का
नागा मानु ना ताकि जो तो मांसो सेल ना हो ना नागा मानु ने कस्टमर से नागा मानु ने किने से
और दिन दे अपने मांसो किमान खाते
মই তো একটা দুইটা কাটে
আৰু চানডে দে
সানডে দিন তো কোৱা একটা দুইটা কাটে সানডে দিন দে কাটে
আৰু এইটো মাৰ্কেটতে মাংস ইয়াতে বিক্ৰী কৰা মানুহ বেছি আছে এইটো কাৰণটো চব চেল হয়
কেতিয়াবা চেল নহয় কেতিয়াবাতো হৈ যায় না এইটো টাইম ওপৰত আছে চেল বাল থাকিছে গৈ তো 10টা বি কাটে এইটো একজন মানুহ পৰা না এইটো হিচাপতে
চানডে বন্ধ হোৱাটো আপুনি কিমান দুখ আছে
আরে এই তো কি কব আমার নাগাল্যান্ড ট্রাই স্টেট কি কইলেবে আমাগান শান্তি তেন তো হলে বন হইলেবে আমাগান সব আসাম তে আইগিনা আমাগান নাগাল্যান্ড নাগা মানুষ সব পাইগিনা এতে পয়সা ফিলাই কিনা এতে কিনি খাই আছে নাগাল্যান্ড দিয়ে নিগা হলে তো কিনিগা ভাল হবো আমার পাবলিক খান সব ভিকারি মানুষ সব তো হলে এইটো বিজনেস করিলে তো আমার নাগাল্যান্ড আন্ডার দেবে নিগা এমন মুচাও বললে আসে হলিবে এতে নাগাল্যান্ড বন আছে তোমরা আমার সব আসাম দিয়ে পয়সা সব যাই আছে এতে এদিকা পরা বিরাই আছে
আপুনি কি কিনিব আছে না
মাংস মাছ হলিবে সবচে অপচে হলিবে এতে অর্গানিক আছে গই এ তোমরা
The first Northeast India Job Fair is all slated to be held on March 1 and 2 at Emporium Skills Training Institute, VKA Colony and IMC Hall, Dimapur. Notably, the job fair would be conducted by recruitment team of Carnival Support Services India Private Limited, whereby Deputy Commissioner of Dimapur, Rajesh Sondrarajan, will grace as a special guest. A career guidance program for the school students was held on Saturday at Longleng. Notably, the career guidance was organized by District Administration and Mahila Shakti Kendra in collaboration with POM Students Conference and Martin Luther Christian University, Shillong. Chingpoi village on Saturday celebrated Girl Child Day under Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme. Notably, Mon District Administration in collaboration with DLCW MSK held the program. During the program, a book, pen and other items were distributed to the girls. Former President Donald Trump on Saturday called U.S. administration dumb and said he would never allow the Ukraine situation to unravel. The former U.S. president said that the pathetic withdrawal of U.S. from Afghanistan led Russian President Vladimir Putin to decide on the special military operations in Ukraine, and said that NATO countries are not so smart. The former U.S. president said that anti-Russia sanctions are weak since Moscow has survived such measures imposed previously. He further said that the world hasn't been this chaotic since World War II. North Korea test-fired an unidentified projectile on Sunday without providing any further details. The projectile was fired eastwards and its launch was announced by the South Korean Joint Chiefs of Staffs. Japan's Coast Guard also warned that since North Korea test-fired a projectile on Sunday morning, JCG urged the ships to exercise caution. According to sources, the projectile was fired towards the Sea of Japan and likely said to be a ballistic missile, which appeared to have fallen outside of Japan's exclusive economic zone. Notably, since the start of the year 2022, this launch is reportedly Pyongyang's 8th test. As many as 61 assembly constituencies spread across 12 districts in eastern Uttar Pradesh are holding polls for the fifth phase of state assembly elections on Sunday. Notably, a voter turnout of 21.39% was recorded till 11 a.m. It may be mentioned that Chitrakoot recorded the highest polling percentage with 25.59%, followed by Koshambi with 25.03% and Ayodhya with 24.61%. Meanwhile, Barabanki and Prayagraj were among the districts reporting the lowest voting percentage with 18.67% and 18.78% respectively. It is to be mentioned that polling is underway in Ayodhya, Sultanpur, Chitrakoot, Pratapgarh, Koshambi, Prayagraj, Barabanki, Baraich, Sharawasti, Gonda, Amethi and Raebareli. Notably, polling for the remaining two phases will take place on March 3 and March 7, while the counting of votes will take place on March 10. Kerala Blasters FC kept their semi-finals hopes firmly in place with a clinical 3-0 win over struggling Chennaiyin FC in the Indian Super League at the Tilak Maidan Stadium on Saturday. George Pereira Diaz, returning to the side after serving a one-match suspension, scored a brace in the space of the 3 second half minutes before Adrian Luna crowned the team's performance with a world-class goal from a free kick. Kerala Blasters' win puts Kerala back in the top 4 with 30 points from 18 matches. Chelsea owner Roman Abramovich has announced that he will be handling the day-to-day running of the club to trustees in a shock statement released on February 26. The Russian will remain as owner, although is handing the stewardship and care of the club to trustees from within the Blues Foundation. The Russian national has been at the helm at Stamford Bridge for almost 20 years, but his ties to his home country have come under scrutiny amid Russia's invasion of Ukraine this week. And while he will be remaining as a club's owner, Abramovich will be less hands-on after giving the trustees of Chelsea's charitable foundation the stewardship and care of the Blues. The Delhi Metro Rail Corporation has said that in the wake of the latest guidelines issued by the Delhi Disaster Management Authority on COVID-19 management, metro trains in Delhi will now be running with 100% seating and standing capacity from February 28, 2022 onwards. Notably, all gates of metro stations will remain open to facilitate passengers' entry throughout the day. The notification further mentioned that passengers are advised to follow COVID-appropriate behavior for their own and everyone's safety. Three of the teams that once attempted to found the European Super League will try to do it once again after the first attempt was a failure. FC Barcelona, Real Madrid and Juventus will launch the latest version of the Super League with one big change. It will no longer be a closed shop. Instead, teams will be able to qualify for the competition in a similar way to the UEFA Champions League. Juventus club president Andrea Agnelli will speak next week at a sports industry summit in which he said it to be expected to announce the new Super League proposal. The newest proposal will get rid of automatic qualification for certain teams, replacing it with qualification from domestic leagues, similar to the UEFA Champions League. However, UEFA considers the Super League concept dead. Men in Blue defeated Sri Lanka by 7 wickets in the second T20 International to take place an unassailable 2-0 lead in the 3-match series on Saturday. India win against Sri Lanka seals yet another series victory under Rohit Sharma's captaincy. India won the toss and decided to bowl first, and Sri Lanka posted a huge target of 184 runs in the second T20I. India batters played brilliantly, chasing it in just 17.1 overs on Saturday. India's Shreyas Iyer scored 74 runs off 44 balls and awarded with the Man of the Match award. India will eye another clean sweep win under Rohit when the side takes on Sri Lanka in the third and final T20I in Dharamshala. India also extended their winning run in T20I cricket to 11 matches, a streak that began at last year's T20 World Cup. Poland has announced that it does not intend to play their World Cup playoff match next month against Russia following the latest invasion of Ukraine. Meanwhile, UEFA took one match away from Russia following the invasion but stopped short of kicking them out of qualifying for the World Cup. Notably, Russia is still included alongside Sweden, Czech Republic and Poland in Part B of the European playoffs. Poland is scheduled to play against Russia on 24 March in Moscow. Should Russia beat Poland, they would meet the winner of Sweden versus Czech Republic in a one-off final 5 days later to reach the quarter showpiece. But Polish FA President Cezary Kuliza has tweeted that his side no longer plan on taking part in the first place. The Special Forces of the Indian Army, Navy and the Air Force on February 26 in Visakhapatnam held a rehearsal for the parade that is to be held during the multinational exercise Milan 2022. Notably, Milan 2022 is being conducted over 9 days in 2 phases, with the harbour phase starting from February 25 to 28, and the sea phase will be starting from March 1 to 4. Thank you, viewers of Nagaland TV. That's all from Nltv News Now. But for more updates, keep watching Nagaland TV. Sob Manulaga Awas.
Nagaland TV, Sob Manulaga Awas. Watch us live on Geo TV and on your television sets as well. For Dimapur viewers, we are on channel number 10 in Global Chapter, and for Kohima and Mokok